Hi, how's this outside? It is, what is today? Monday. I don't even know what day it is. I just went outside to try to get in Dad's vehicle one more time to see if I could, just one time. I cannot, his vehicle, I cannot get in that darn thing at all. It is no, not happening. It's just how the main thing is the front floorboards is so bucketed down in that I can't get my feet up and over. It's just a mess. Because in my van, it's all flat. You just go in. There is no bucket down into the floorboard. It's just flat in. So when I look for a vehicle, I have to remember that that's the feature I really need. And then I started freaking out outside down. I'm like, how am I going to get to the hospital in the morning to get a blood draw? It has to be done because I have a doctor's appointment the next 2 weeks that this blood is for. And so I come up the ramp. I was coming in the house and the phone was ringing and it was the garage. He's like, Stacy, we did what we could right now. We got your new tires. We got your new tires on. You can come and get it. And then next week we'll worry about the alignment. Because he knew I needed it for an appointment tomorrow morning. And he goes, the one guy worked through part of his lunch to get all the lug nuts on and it is ready. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, Tim, you don't know what you mean right now. You're about ready to make me cry because I just went through a panic attack outside trying to get in Dad's vehicle, and Dad's vehicle sucks. I thought I was going to cry on the phone with him. And I kept saying, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I still want to cry. Those guys are the best. I mean, we've been going to them for years, and Dad works for them for years. Going to get cars, and now he still does work for Mike. He'll go take Mike on errands if he needs another driver here locally, so he can go get my van. And then on Monday I have to call them and see what day they can do the alignment. Oh, thank you. So after Dad gets back, after we have lunch, Dad's gonna take his Jeep down to the garage, drive my van back. I'm gonna then leap in it like a gazelle, mainly crawling it like a sloth. And then run him back down to get his Jeep. And then it'll be the first time I can actually drive through town. And he goes, yeah, he goes, the roads are so narrow. I said, they looked kind of narrow when they were doing them. He goes, man, it's weird. He's not impressed by the roads downtown. It's just something everybody has to get used to. The one thing I did like, somebody filmed down there, they have, parallel parking down along the roads, but the curbing is such a it's like a little bump up, tiny bump that I could easily wheel up over on my wheelchair, that I won't have to go to, if I want to go to the restaurant that we've gone to downtown, I don't have to park in the handicap, go down to the end corner to go up the handicap ramp to go back to the restaurant. I can just pretty much back up over the curb. If it's the same on the other side of the road, you'd think it'd be on the same. See, now that I'm hoping this, it'll probably be totally different. But the curbing looks very, very minimal. So yeah. Okay. I feel much less anxiety right now. I didn't even sleep that well. Of course, the cat, last night, it wasn't that she was meowing. It's just that she would sit next to me and she would tap me all night long. And I'm like, do you want to lay next to me? And then she'd get on to me for a second and lay on, because she always lays right on this one side. Yeah, I don't have a bra on. Sorry. I just took a really hot shower and I'm living in these clothes today. And then tomorrow I'll get up, get cleaned up, go get blood sucked out of my arm. And I got to pee, I think they want so I got to remember, drink a lot of water today. The day before I get a blood draw, I try to drink a lot of water because they want you to be hydrated, because you're a much easier stick if you are hydrated. It makes your veins plump and juicy. Don't drink a lot of water. They're shriveled up like prunes. It's hard for them to stab them. Okay. Dad was going to go get chicken and potatoes for Thanksgiving. What was the other thing he was going to get? Butter. The butter they had on sale. Because when we went the other day, they were out, but they were going to get another shipment in. So he was going to get the butter that we were denied the other day. and he was going to check to see what kind of deli salads they have to go with our chicken. But okay, I feel so much better. I started making, okay, I'm still going to continue to talk. This is just going to be a really long, you might only get 2 clips in this whole vlog, so I might talk a whole lot both times. Who knows? Maybe I'll get you out downtown while I'm driving through town. But I've been starting a list on in my notes of vehicles I want to look at in the spring. Right now, they do not make the Nissan Quest anymore. I love my Nissan Quest. But I have the Odyssey on there to look at. And I have what was the other one I wrote down? The Odyssey and the, hang on, I have to go look. The Pacifica by Chrysler. And I just been doing like search online and try to look at pictures of things and, yeah. When I get my van here later, I'll do a film clip and show you what I'm talking to about the whole floorboard thing. I have lines that going around my face. They're trying to track my face. Okay, I'm going to shut up now and prepare my mental state to have some chicken. Chickens hate me. I love them though. Okay, lunch is over. I had a couple pieces of chicken and some coleslaw. There are golfers across the street all bundled up, putting on the green, waiting for Dad to come back with my van so then I could take him back to get his Jeep. And then I might sneak over and get me a Big B treat. I haven't been to the Big B coffee place here since they opened months and months ago. So I might get me like a frozen, blended, maybe a hot chocolate even. I might have to go look at their app. I don't know. I gotta look at the app now. I'm watching for him though. He was gonna stop at the bank, do something. He's gonna give the guys that came out and helped us some money, just a little extra, something for rescuing us on Friday very quickly. So when someone's good to you, you got to be good back to them. How many golfers are over there? 1, 2, 3, possibly 4. They have 2 carts, so it's probably 2 pairs of them out there. All right, bye. I know it's dirty, but my van, it just goes right in. There is no dunk down in there, and I can just slide my feet right in. Dad's is not the same. Boy, this thing needs to be cleaned bad. But okay, now we're going to take him back. Driving through town for the first time. It is narrow, that is for sure. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, town is a little different. You really have to pay attention, slow down, which is probably good because people do tend to buzz through town way too fast. Especially a lot of out-of-state people who come to buy marijuana. I've seen people flip Uis in the middle of town before. What? They won't be able to now. It's too narrow. I got the Cocoa Carmelo hot chocolate. Cocoa. It's mocha and caramel. Oh, so good. I love it that it's at the perfect temperature. You can drink it without being molten lava, burn your mouth, but you can feel the warmth going down. It's wonderful. I'm going to finish this off, then I'm going to chill out. It's almost, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Cool beans. Bye. I don't know how the hell my hair gets, well, I guess I was laying down. It just gets so jacked up. It is significantly later. I am in the recliner. Dad just went to Monday Night Football. He probably won't be home at midnight now. But I have about an hour before I have to start fasting. And I'm like, I better have my dinner. So I'm going to have my other 2 pieces of chicken and the rest of the coleslaw for dinner, along with my agua. This one, I had a regular one earlier, but this time I put a little grape. If you know, you know. People who know understand. And what else was I just going to tell you? Oh, yeah. Okay. A little sad news. Remember that benefit spaghetti dinner that Dad and I went to a couple weeks ago for our friend Judy? Yesterday was Judy's birthday. Judy turned 62 years old. But Judy also passed away yesterday afternoon on her birthday. Very sad. Not long after that benefit, she was put into the hospital. Her cancer had metastasized. Did I do it right? I don't know. And she went home 3 or 4 days ago on hospice, and she made it to her birthday. So that's sad. 62, that's quite young. Then I found out one of my childhood friends who, there was like 4 of us who all hung out together. Christy, Nikki, me, and Melissa. And Melissa died 10 years ago, this past July, of colon cancer. And her dad just passed away a few days ago. I was on Facebook. We have like a memorial page that obituaries get put on for our town. And I saw it on there today. And then I told our friend Nikki, but the services were today at noon. So he was 81, just a year younger than Dad. There's a picture of him in there of him sitting. He was a Harley rider. He liked to ride Harley. So yeah, that was sad too. Bummers. A lot of bummers. I got to set my alarm for the morning early to go to the hospital, which is nice because I pull out of my driveway and I go east and then I pull into the hospital parking lot. So all on the same road. Changes names down there in the other town though. So yeah. My doctor's office called today, and they're like, yeah, we're just reminding you of your appointment next Friday, and we're hoping you got your blood drawn. I'm like, I get it tomorrow morning. She goes, oh, very good. Because originally I had scheduled it to have done at their office for their phlebotomist, but since I had to have a blood draw by my rheumatologist, I figured I would just go schedule them both at the hospital and just have one poke and get it all drawn at the same time. And so yeah. So she was very glad to hear that I go in the morning. Because I see my regular doctor next week for my yearly. They test all kinds of crap. And then the following week is my rheumatologist. I have no idea what tests he's doing. I just know he wants blood. I don't know what tests they are. And I could tell we're getting ready to get rain and snowy weather because my body is telling me so. We might get snow on Thanksgiving. Not a lot, but still. So yeah. What are y'all doing for your Thanksgiving anyway? Anybody got any exciting plans? It's so nice to see so many places around here who are offering free meals for people who don't have places to go. Restaurants. There's this family. It's gotten big over the last few years. The high school lets them use their parking lot facilities because they pack up dinners and it's like a drive-through and you go through and they give meals. No questions asked. You just pull through. And this is, I don't know how many years they've been doing this now. Quite a few years. And they feed a lot of people who don't have anywhere to go or the means to buy food, which is awesome. Like our grocery store in the town next to us, the Martins, we have things called Martin Supermarket. It's a little chain in our area. And they had 100 turkeys they were giving away. Today, it was just a drive-through at 5 p.m. I had text to my cousin Barb because she's on a fixed income. And I said, here, if you want to go get a turkey, here you go. I try to share it with as many people who I know would benefit from it. And then originally today I was supposed to have gone to Bailey's to get my Toys for Tots stuff, but that's got to be put off until after my alignment is done on my van, which will hopefully be early next week one day. Even if it isn't till Friday, I just know the only day I can't do next week is Thursday because I have a financial person appointment and an attorney appointment. I think Dad has to go to the eye doctor day after tomorrow. I think Wednesday he has an eye appointment. I hope he remembers. I'll have to remind him and say, hey, do you know you got to go to the eye doctor Wednesday? He's got a calendar he keeps next to his recliner, and he writes all kinds of doctor's appointments, different, like if there's a pancake breakfast he wants to go to at a fire department or something, because a lot of times he'll go to those and just get up and go, because I'm not an early person, but he likes to get up and go out. So he writes anything important to him, he puts on his little calendar. Just like my desk calendar in my room. I write all kinds of crap on there. When holiday bazaars I want to go to, doctor's appointments, if anybody's coming to visit, or I love my desk calendar. I love to write notes on it. But yeah, this video is just going to be a whole lot of Stacy yakking. Because probably after this clip, I'm going to add it to my other long clip and a couple little clips. I didn't film much of town. I'm sorry. I went through and then I was trying to really pay attention because it was all new to me. And the one stoplight was gone at the end of town. And I'm like, what is happening? And it was a 4-way stop. And I'm like, are they going to put a stop like that here? Or is this just all going to be a 4-way stop from now on? I don't understand what's happening. Then I went to the Big B and got my hot chocolate, which was glorious. I haven't had one in a while, and I liked it. Curious what that boozy one's going to be like for New Year's Eve that I got, which makes I got to remember I got to have milk in the house when New Year's Eve comes. I think New Year's Eve, because every year I always plan what kind of snacks, and usually every year the snacks are getting close to be the same. We always have a shrimp cocktail. Always. For years, shrimp cocktail sauce. I already got the shrimp from Sam's Club. And I got the cocktail sauce. Then I got a cheese ball in the freezer that I got from the Holiday Bazaar. I got another kind of cheese spread down in the drawer. Some Colby Jack. We got a ring of smoked bologna. And make sure we have crackers. We usually always have crackers around. So that's kind of like the snacky stuff for the day. But I think I'm officially, at first I was going to make sloppy joes. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to make sloppy joes. But I might make our vegetable soup stew beef vegetable stew. And then I'll make Dad a pan of cornbread, and me, because cornbread is good. And then that could be something we could eat on soup forever. Man, you really are talking today, Stacy. Good golly oh molly. I'm just so happy everything worked out. I was really starting to have a panic of what I was going to do to get to the hospital in the morning. Was I going to have to leave at like 3 o'clock in the morning and get on my mobility scooter and just try to scoot my way there in the freezing cold and not getting hit? That's not even a possibility. Although I think the distance on it is good, but the road's too scary. Yeah, but Dad's vehicle is just an impossibility. Impossibility. But that's okay. Got my ride back. Got my girl back. She's just fine. But all right, I'm going to put all these clips together. And then this is what you get. You get me yakety yakking. I have maybe like 45 minutes before I got to start fasting. So I want to eat my chicken, coleslaw. I got the last piece of pumpkin pie from our Costco pie. I had 2 tiny slices out of that thing, and Dad has eaten the rest because he eats at like 6 o'clock in the morning. He'll wake up and have pie. Or, he's way more a pie cake person than me. I'll bake a cake and eat a slice or 2, and then it's gone. And my dad always says, you snooze, you lose, which is fine. I know that's what he likes. So, I'm glad he left me one little piece. Okay, shut up. Stacy, how long have I been talking? Over 10 minutes. What's happening? Bye.